Good evening. I hope I'm not interrupting anything. My name is Jackie, and I'm here to make sure that you guys get to know my very unique guests. The first guest that I would love to introduce is the amazing Norma Jean Doherty. She was born on June 1st, 1926, and she started something with nothing. Growing up, she was in foster homes and living through a crazy childhood and adolescence. She was able to pull herself up and make a crazy name for herself. She became a beautiful blonde woman persona that many know and love, named Marilyn Monroe. She would soon dominate the film industry in the 1950s and then created her own production company. She is a famous actor, model, singer, and remarried celebrity. She is said to be a hardhead in the industry and was an activist for women's rights, and was essential in making sure that women get paid right for the roles in Hollywood. She has appeared in many different films and magazines, and she finds reading to be an important attribute in gaining knowledge. It has also been said that while she was on set, she read many controversial books that could have impacted her career. After all, what is more admirable than the pursuit of knowledge, especially when it is so controversial? She was also said to be a very generous person, and was known to give many charitable donations to organizations involving children, including foster homes, foster care systems, and just a lot of help to children in general. A lot of people will say that she did this because of her crazy childhood, and what a great person. We love it. She is going to add an elegant touch to our evening, and I hope that her radiant energy is embraced and admired, just like I would. My second guest is the magnificent Nikola Tesla. He was born on July 10th, 1856, and he is a well-known engineer, scientist, and inventor. He designed and invented the alternating current electric system and the Tesla coil. These are still used in the world today, over 100 years ago, and he was known to be a futurist and had more than 700 patents and innovations. He always tried to create and innovate as a way to improve humanity. These 700 patents would show his dedication to his work. Many of his ideas were invented about 80 years later, and he was truly ahead of his time. Some of his predictions include the MRI, Wi-Fi, and the smartphone. He was also the one to harness hydroelectric power in Niagara Falls in New York, and that was able to power the whole entire city of Buffalo, New York. He knows 8 languages, so I'm sure that in our dinner party he would be a very lively guest, and I'm sure everybody will be able to speak to him and have a great conversation. I hope that he is able to enjoy his time away from his many innovations, and graces with his knowledge and how to make a better place in this world. My final guest here is going to be Leonardo da Vinci. He was born on April 15th, 1452. Scientist, artist, and engineer. Was self-taught in everything. He had no formal training for anything, really. Everything he figured out on his own. One of his famous works of art is the Mona Lisa. That painting was made 600 years ago, and it's still now one of the most famous paintings in the world. It has made it into our modern society. He was always said that he wanted to be famous. He never wanted to be just another person that existed. He wanted to be remembered and thought about in many future generations to come. And to be honest, he really did get there to that point. He had many achievements, and he is said to be the first engineer of our modern society. He conceptually invented the parachute, helicopters, and solar power. There are many other achievements that I would love to mention, but we would probably be here all night with his insane codex of inventions and innovations. Really, just a marvelous guy. One of my favorite feats that he was able to accomplish is he was able to figure out why the sky was blue. And to be honest, that's insane because it was later confirmed 500 years later in the 1900s that he was correct in his analysis of why the sky is blue. And in the 15th century, that's pretty crazy. Some of the more controversial works that he had was the suggestion that the world is much older than what the Bible was letting on. And back in the 15th century, and being in Italy, which was very much a Catholic state, that's very controversial, and honestly it was very dangerous to have such an opinion. So I hope that he is able to bring in some valuable opinions and creativity to the party. Now, I hope you guys are able to meet these guests and make a connection with them for dinner. I have personally catered for everyone's liking, and there are plenty of vegetarian options for Mr. Leonardo and Mr. Tesla. We also have some great wine, steak, and carrots. I know that is Marilyn's favorite. She loves them carrots. So let's have a great night, everyone.